Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, where geeks come to geek out. It's Thursday. That means we're playing City of Mist, and if you were here last week, we are continuing the emotional turmoil that I'm putting my players through for personal gratification. If you're curious what City of Mist is, City of Mist is a gothic noir graphic novel style TTRPG by Son of Oak. City of Mist, we're still waiting for you to put our goddamn show on your website.
They're not gonna when we bully them like that.
But they said they would, and I got
it.
so excited, and I knew I shouldn't have been excited because we're fucking 20 episodes in, and our glorious logo isn't there. But anyways, you will be hearing some windy ambiance music in the back of my microphone, and I'm just going to play off of that to continue to torment Boser and Jeffsits because we left on cliffhangers like I do, and we're just going to keep going with that. Huh?
I don't hear any music.
No, I've got wind coming through my windows.
Oh.
There's a 0% chance my mic does not pick that up. But yeah, anyways, I'm T. I'm the master of ceremonies. I'm the guy guiding this shipwreck of a campaign.
And I'm Boser.
That was last campaign, sorry.
Still on YouTube, go watch.
It's true.
I think the last episode's on there.
Beyond the Edge? I don't think we ever put the finale up.
Wow. Talk about cliffhanger.
That wasn't even set by me.
Whoops.
Anyway, I'm Boser, and I'm the problem. I'm playing Cornelius Avrodelius the Third, and now he remembers why he's the third, which is that shit. And fun fact, because now that he remembers, he knows that his family were soybean farmers, and so you see lots of fields. Now they're dried and empty. There's nothing there now, but there was once soybeans, and he's got the tall, like containers, the metal containers with the pipes and whatever. And once, when he was a young tot, he climbed inside one.
Do you mean silos?
Yes. That's the word.
How?
Thank you.
That's dangerous.
Well, that's why he got a butt whipping like he's never had in his life. Because apparently he could have died, but he just always wondered what it would be like to slide down one of those long tubes into the silo. Of course, once he got in...
How do you live where you live and still be such a city boy?
It's not a city boy, because I don't know city things either.
Public service announcement. Be like, oh, I think that's a fun idea. Let me jump in a silo. Don't do that.
Don't jump into a silo.
You will suffocate and you will be crushed by the immense weight of any grain that is put inside of them.
Yeah,
also,
and we had to waste an entire month's crop. Luckily, it was low enough to get me out.
Luckily, it was a government front anyways.
Also, why would you go with soy? Why would you go with soybeans instead of something not as boring?
Because it's
literally any crop imaginable.
Because
I know, but just like if I were going to cover a government project up with a farm, I'd be like, yeah, you know, alfalfa. Do we even use alfalfa grass for anything? Not really. But it's alfalfa
No more
grass.
questions.
No more questions, please.
Well, it had to be... So, in my mind, my family was a real working farm.
Right, and there's already so many real working soybean farms, but there's very few working alfalfa farms because there's no money in it.
Exactly. And so we had to use... it was a real farm. Like, I grew up a farm boy.
Yeah, but you were already funded by the government, so you didn't need to sell the soybeans for money.
His science was a fringe science. It only became super relevant when it became super relevant. Like now, when it exploded, and now it changed our whole life. Before that, it was like this kind of side project.
You heard it here first, folks. This is why America is failing. It's actual farmers are having their crops stolen out from under them by government-subsidized technology labs.
Not too far from the truth.
Not too far from the truth. Anyway, that's me.
Pretty
Who are
on
you?
par for the course.
I am Jeff Sitz. I am also the other problem.
We trade back and forth. Whose turn
And
is it this week?
sometimes we double up on it
Oh.
to
Double
tease
team,
chagrin. I am playing Andresj, or the broker. Maybe still gonna be the broker moving forward. We'll see. If you've watched the past several episodes and the general down spiral of Andresj's psyche, you'll get that.
He's only got 3 personalities. It's fine.
Right.
God.
But yeah, my character fact of the week is that this one's more of just a fun little maybe throwaway, but a little bit of a peek inside Andresj's likes and dislikes. Andresj legitimately dislikes the MCU. Like,
Blasphemer.
not even the kind of person who jumped on the bandwagon and was like, oh yeah, I'm just kind of over the MCU now.
What's his reasoning for not liking it?
It's fluff.
DC is fluff. MCU is content. Meaningful content.
Sponsor the 2 of us. Fuck this other guy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sponsor us
Andresj just
while fucking this other guy. Pay
Andresj,
us to fuck this guy.
we're on the wrong website
Disney?
for that one, Boser.
See, I think that's where I have to draw the line. I don't think I could be I can be a pimp, but not for Disney. I have morals, and Disney is where I draw the line. Not pimping, working for Disney.
But yeah, I don't think it's specifically MCU, or it is specifically MCU, but only because MCU is the big name in superheroes, in superhero movies. I think Andresj just doesn't care much for superhero.
Boy.
No, just doesn't care much for superhero movies at all, because thinks that they're all fluff. And
What kind of movies does Andresj like?
That's next week's character fact.
yeah, that's next week's character fact. Thank you for giving it to me so I can think
You're
about
welcome.
it.
All right, fuckers. Y'all ready to cry?
I
I
cried
guess.
last week.
You think I'm not gonna build off that?
Enough emotional damage.
Ooh, and I do have a surprise for you guys at the end of the episode.
Uh-oh.
What's new? He's like, surprise, I'm retiring. This
No,
is my
he's
last
letting us
movie
know
now.
this time.
Huh?
He's letting us know this time.
Unlike the other 2 assholes.
Stop! Stop! Not true. It's not true. It's not true.
So T, where are we picking up?
Not.
Ah.
So last week we left off with Dell learning some information and taking some blame for some shit, which I mean kind of is his fault. He was told to not do one thing and did the one thing and caused the world to go into ruin.
If you want the kids to go in the basement, tell them not to go in the basement ever. What am I
Del-
supposed to do?
No, Dell did showcase how well reverse psychology works on kids for that. The session before.
What happened to session before?
You showed your new helper, you were telling him, don't go down in the basement now, and the kid's like, alright, that just makes me want to go down there even more. And Dell was just like, fine, here, look. It's my workshop.
Oh my god!
I just have...
I did exactly the opposite of what my parents did. It was ingrained in my psyche, even though I didn't know it happened.
I did that on purpose, by the way.
Gee, you're a god.
I don't do things like that often, but that is one that I directionally pulled.
That's so huge.
For the
so
irony.
Cool. And I handled it beautifully. Good job, Dell. Good job, Dell. I'm proud of you. Anyway.
So a lot's going on. Dell has uncovered that Andresj is the broker. Andresj did admit it. But before that could really get unpacked, Andresj dropped a truth bomb on Dell that he believes that he can gain access to Dell's childhood home and potentially get some answers So why skirt one conversation that needs to be had when you can open up a new realm of conversation, which is exactly how I like to run my game tables. So they go to the north side of Pandora, and they are able to cross through the dome, which for the first time in almost a decade is the only time it's ever been done. Dell walked into his childhood home there, perfectly preserved throughout time, withstanding decades worth of sandstorms, hailstorms, any other earth-based hazard that could come. This home stood there, and he got to walk down memory lane and unlock a lot of things about his childhood that he simply forgot. But not every memory is a good one. Usually with the good comes the bad, and unfortunately for Dell, the bad kind of outweighs anything else from his childhood. The Avrodelius family had one rule: kids don't go in the basement. Dell, being Dell, had a curiosity, had the opportunity to, and that is where this tale comes to a head. As Dell makes his way down the stairs, he sees a familiar individual in a test tube being worked on by his parents. After noticing that Dell was on the stairs, his father attempted to run towards him, trips over some mismanaged cables, and that's why cable management is important, kids. You could blow up your childhood home and ruin everybody's lives.
And that's where I can only take a piece of responsibility. Put some tape down, you ignoramus.
And Dell and Andresj watched in real time Dell's childhood home explode. And the individual known as 3 that is currently inhabiting Andresj's body was freed from his mortal prison as the mist spread into Pandora, but was thankfully encompassed by a dome. However, 3 was now freed from his enlarged prison and was now capable of disrupting the thing that kept him from himself. The ability to gain more power. And as the two of you are standing outside of Pandora for the first time, looking in on it and actually seeing Pandora for what it is, because the dome that stopped you is no longer there. The mist that was encapsulated and trapped inside of Pandora is now freed and spreading across the world.
Oh.
But it's hard enough to focus on that when, Andresj, you feel yourself turning against your ability to stop it. 3's not taking control of you, but 3 feels something that has his attention, which forces you to turn around. And you can't make it out perfectly, but on the horizon, you see a silver dome with a telescope poking out of the top. As you feel 3 with a uncontrollable urge to go see what is inside.
Andresj will just start walking in that direction. Also curious.
Dell, do you follow?
And help me out. Before I was just kind of staring blankly. And so now I see him walking away.
You would have to turn to see Andresj walking away. You would be staring towards Pandora. You would more or less be looking onto the backside of the foundry and what is now the Voices turf, obviously in a smaller scale of where you're located into the north side of Pandora. But you are overlooking the cityscape of Pandora, standing in a barren wasteland of rubble and dust. Andresj was to the right of you, who you can hear walking away from you, away from Pandora.
I just turned. Where are you going?
I don't know. Will you come with me?
And I look around. And my home is
Destroyed.
Destroyed.
There are rubble that you can see poking out of sand and dirt, but remnants of your house were more or less almost entirely destroyed. But at your feet lies a charred family photo, burned at the corners, but more or less majority of your family still there.
Just reach down, I pick it up. Give it like one last look. Wipe my eye. Yeah. Yeah. I'm coming.
And as you guys begin walking, Del, you easily see what Andresj was walking towards, because it's more or less the only thing you can see on the horizon. But you guys see it move fast. The telescope that was pointed one direction is now shifted its angle, is now looking directly onto Pandora.
And this is a large telescope? Like,
yes.
Like how big, from our distance, how big does this thing
on the cusp of the horizon, you guys have a trek to go through. If you held up a quarter, it would exist inside of that quarter. But the telescope is large enough to see, in comparison, to see that you saw a telescope and then it turned and you just saw the reflection of the sun bouncing off the lens.
So just to clarify, the tower itself didn't just go.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Yes, just the rotating dome on the top rotated.
Yeah, okay. It's a big observatory. A big observatory, right? With like big white dome slit in the middle as the telescope can like angle up and down, and then the top is rotating, and we see it rotate in the direction of Pandora and shift down to peer directly at it.
Okay.
Cool.
Would you guys like to have a conversation along your way, or do you guys think you guys would make this trek in silence?
Del is just bouncing, thinking, lost in thought. So unless you start one, Andresj, he's just kind of shuffling next to you, kind of a shell of a human at the moment.
No, just as we start walking in that direction, and Del starts, accompanies Andresj. As we're walking, at some point, Andresj will just kind of reach out and grab Del's hand. Just slowly, very lightly. And then walk a little faster to see if they can get Del to walk a little faster. Move a little faster until it's not like a breakneck pace of running that's going to just, absolutely exhaust us, but this feeling of this urge of curiosity as well from both Andresj and from 3 of just, we need to get there, is propelling Andresj forward and trying to make Del feel that same sense of urgency.
And as you start to pick up the pace, you feel me, I kind of stumble a little bit, and then eventually get into a jog. But then when we start sprinting, you just feel Del's arm pumping hard, and if you were to look over, you would see these, this sluice of tears just unleash as he's just kind of letting out all this emotion into the sprint and running as hard as he can. And you almost can hear him sob a little bit as he's just running forward and feeling everything.
So it takes a chunk of time to get there, but eventually you find yourselves at the foot of an observatory. There is a small placard on the front side of the only door that you can see that just says the observatory. Andresj, you hear a voice. There's something important in there. Something that we need. As the doors slide open automatically, and you hear muffled conversations at the top of at the very top of the steps. As you can hear both a male and female voice. It sounds like almost arguing with one another.
Keep your head on a swivel moving forward, Del. We're not alone here.
And I pull out the hammer, unleash it.
And as soon as the cocking of Armageddon goes off, the arguing stops.
Correction, it's my shotgun hammer, named TBD.
Oh, you haven't thought of a name for that yet?
No, chat.
I'll think of something. I'll
Okay.
think of something by like the end of this session. I'm sure of it.
You guys make your way up the stairs.
Yeah, Andresj will
The door's
start
open?
leading.
Yeah, the door's open automatically.
Andresj will
Like-
start making their way up the stairs.
Okay, and I've got your 6, and I'm kind of like looking around, checking behind us, checking on the sides.
And it's several flights of steps. When you guys looked up, obviously, like most people look up, it's probably 7 or 8 stories tall. So you guys have quite a few flights of steps to make your way up. And as you guys are making your way to the top of the steps, you are met by 2 lab coats with 2 pistols aimed at the 2 of you as your guys' heads kind of emerge up the flight of steps. They're just going to be in the way. We can just get what we need and we can get out of here.
What we need is information. 3.
What is this place?
Who are you? How did you get in here?
How did you get in here?
We work here.
For how long?
But who are you?
Well,
You don't get to walk into our place of business and demand to ask who we are. How did
I
you
am-
get in?
Andresj, the doors just opened for us.
And the 2 of them look at each other in confusion and curiosity.
We're from Pandora.
Yeah, we gathered that much. What's your name, son?
Dale.
No. Are you Cornelius's boy?
It's just Dale.
That's him. And he begins slapping his assistant on the shoulder. That's how they got in.
What are you talking about? Start talking.
Your father never tell you about us. We work together.
Okay, how much would I remember once I get that flood of memories? Do I remember?
You would remember this guy. He has been to your home, and his name was Tino.
Tino. How often had he been? Had he been like regularly or like once?
Periodically, but the last time that you saw him, he and your father got into a rather heated argument. You don't know what about, but Tino was forced out of the home.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, I remember you. My dad kicked your ass out of the house.
He didn't kick my ass. He may have thrown me out of the house, but that's besides the point.
Why? What were you guys fighting about?
Is he still alive? He was in the explosion, wasn't he?
What were you guys fighting about?
He turns away and runs towards the computer and starts tapping away at a keyboard. As his assistant puts her gun away. Sorry, we didn't think we'd ever see anybody from Pandora again.
Well, you might be seeing a lot more.
What happened? Are you guys responsible? Andresj, and you begin to feel yourself lose control, not in the sense of danger's about to happen, but in the sense of 3's going to start looking for what he's here for.
Yes, I believe we were part of why the dome dissipated.
Under the floor.
Andresj, I would like to start looking around for any kind of hidden. What kind of floor are we looking at? Is it like a
from what you can tell,
floor,
it's just
or...
a metallic floor, but in the center of the room is a very lush garden.
Okay. I would like to try and like unassumingly look for any secret compartments, small hidden seams or something like that.
Go ahead and roll investigate.
And can you, now that you said there's a garden, can you kind of depict what we're looking at?
So it is the 360-degree windows, and in the center of this very large room is a very lush garden. The stairs kind of spiral their way down, so there's a guardrail all the way around. And up around most of the windows there are going to be just walls of computers kind of built into the desks. There are a couple cots, so you can probably assume they do sleep here often. And most of the light in the room is coming from the currently opened observatory, like telescopic line of the telescope being pointed directly towards Pandora. And on a massive monitor, you see the cityscape of Pandora through this telescopic lens. Very futuristic sci-fi tech. The lush garden seems very out of place.
Are they growing like plants or flowers?
It appears to be mostly flowers. If you had to guess, the idea behind it was trying to put freshness into this like scientific space that they spend a lot of time in.
Got it.
Something natural and what everything else is artificial.
For my investigation check, I would like to use eye for detail.
Okay.
And then looking over my shoulder in the sense of trying to think of where I would put a hidden compartment.
Sure.
Ooh, hell yeah, that is a 12.
Yeah, so with a 12, as you're kind of like walking around the garden, you trail your fingers underneath the lip, and you manage to catch a little switch. And as you release the switch, you see the side of the garden planter pops open as a glowing green or a glowing purple mist begins to fall out of it. That's what we need.
What did you say you were researching here?
That's kind of classified.
Do we seem like the kind of people who care?
Consider it unclassified.
That's not how that works, Del.
What'd
your father fill you in on?
What'd my father fill me in on?
Nothing. For most of your life, you just thought he was a soybean farmer. It wasn't until your last moments of him. You've never seen your father in a lab coat.
Okay.
The most science you ever saw your father do was just mixing different chemicals to help the plants grow. So you seeing him in the environment you last saw him in was jarring as one of the emotions you experienced in those final moments.
Okay. Let's just... Safe to say, not enough, and you're about to fill me in.
What if I told you he could fill you in?
Don't fuck with me. I'm not in the mood.
As Tino begins tapping on the computer, you see the TV that is showing Pandora turns off. This telescope begins to retract into itself as the ceiling closes. As the TV light turns back on, as you see an AI face pop up. A face that you immediately recognize.
I slowly walk towards it.
Hello.
Is this a recording? What is this?
My name is... How can I help?
What the fuck is this?
My name is... How can I help?
I'm looking at Tino.
Tino's... Oh, shit, I haven't... Give me a second. Tino, what the fuck is this? As the head begins to look around frantically.
Tina, what the fuck is this?
He's working. Give him a second.
Is this a recording? What is this?
Where the hell am I? As the head begins to look around the screen frantically.
And I just look at the screen and kind of wave, like, see if it will follow my hand.
Del? Del. Del.
Yeah?
Oh, how?
How? Who are you? What is this? What are you? This isn't real.
Del, how did you get out, Del?
Get out of what?
The house. The explosion.
I don't know. Not all of me made it, and I kind of raised my shoulder.
Oh, man. How old are you now?
I think I'm like 22.
Oh, shit. Man, I'm behind on some conversations.
How did you get in? What is this? Are you real?
And that's when Tino chimes in. Your father has a mind unlike anybody else's. He's one of the smartest men this world has ever known and unfortunately did not get to experience. I found the remains of your father and use him as the basis to our AI to continue our research.
So my dad is now a computer program.
The basis of it, yes.
He can hear me. He can see me.
He's the most advanced AI. It is years ahead of its time. Not exactly our field of research, so it's not perfect, but yeah.
And I just walk up to the screen. How big is this TV?
It's probably like a 75-inch monitor.
Damn, okay. And I just put my hand up on the screen and kind of touch his cheek.
I can't really do that back. I don't have hands.
Do you feel it?
I'm a computer, Del. I don't feel.
I went to the house. I pull out the picture. I found this.
You see, so the face you see is, picture your cliche AI, like blue AI, but as compared to having just that like neutral face, it looks like your father. You can still see the comb over haircut. You can still see the broken nose from when you had a little league game and you got in a fight with one of the other parents for being disrespectful. You see his puffy cheeks from when he smiles ear to ear that almost cover his eyes. And to the best of your knowledge, this is your father. Andresj, do you open the container that was revealed that the mist started pouring out of?
Yes.
Yes.
As you open it, you begin to feel a power very similar. It's already inside of you. We need it.
This isn't a twin brother of yours, right? I'm not gonna get a fourth personality.
Hi, I'm 4.
If that's something you're into, I mean, I can just do that for you. But
No.
This is how we change the momentum.
And so, yeah, opening up the box, what's in there?
You see a glowing purple essence floating just in the middle of this drawer, more or less. Touch it.
Oh, hold on. And Andresj is going to use mote manipulation and shape augmentation to pull out a pocket mirror and a razor.
Okay.
Scrapes a little off, dices it up and turns it into a line.
Snuff it! Snuff it! Snort it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
We gotta test the purity of it, right, 3?
Oh my god! You just snorted Mr. Mac.
As the moat touches the essence, a lot of things begin to happen here. Del, you would not see this.
No,
Andresj,
Staring at the TV.
give me another look beyond the mist.
Okay.
Which is an investigate roll.
Yeah,
God, I love this game so much.
I'm trying to think if I've got anything for this, and I don't really think I do. Eye for details, there's
This
no
is more or
physical
less a
detail.
perception
Yeah.
check, but I don't have a good way to ask you to roll a perception check, so...
Well, it's rolling into to look within the mist, right?
Looking beyond the mist.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really have any...
It's okay, it can be a flat roll.
Yeah. 7.
With a 7, you catch Tino eyeing you out of the corner of your eye, drawing his weapon. And for a moment, you see his skin change shades.
He's a reptilian from the center of the earth.
You see his skin be turned to a a light, not even a light, a tealish shade. You see stitches kind of begin to emit all over his body, but just for a moment. And as the moat touches the this essence that is in front of you, you feel 3 scream inside of you. Not in pain, not in agony, in
Goku going
unbridled
Super Saiyan.
joy.
Yeah.
You feel 3 double in power.
Goku going Super Saiyan.
As this essence begins to dance around the moat and then dance up your fingertips and begin to absorb into your skin, as you just see Tino's arm pull up as the room echoes with the sounds of a gunshot. 3's internal laugh becomes an external laugh as time freezes. Time slows as you sit here and observe what is taking place in this moment. Time hasn't stopped.
Mm-hmm.
You see the bullets left the gun. You see it is moving towards you, but just at a very slow pace. As 3 begins walking you towards Tino. Oh, this son of a bitch. Welcome to our new era. believe I heard those your age calling this our villain era. This is a sample. Taste. This is the beginning of what we are able to do. Do you want to know the truth?
Always.
As you feel your hand reach up and touch the side of Tino's temple, you feel reality warp and crumble into a ball of paper before opening back up, and you are standing in the observatory, but it's no longer the current moment. It is years prior as you see Tino and another man arguing with each other. But you recognize this face. You just saw it on an AI monitor. You saw it in a house. And they are not arguing, they are throwing hands with each other. It is an all-out brawl between these two, and you're not sure what way it's going. But eventually, Cornelius gets the advantage and pulls a gun and puts it towards Tino's temple. You can't hear any words, but you can tell it's not difficult to tell. This is directly related to 3. You see Cornelius punch him one more time and causes Tino's head to knock to the side as he goes motionless. Cornelius begins to make his way down the stairs, but begins tapping on the walls as he goes, and things begin to come out of the walls, one of which is a body in a capsule that begins to float down the stairs with Cornelius. And before you begin making your way down the steps, you see Tino's head move as he reaches into his breast pocket and pulls out the essence. As you see him laugh for a brief moment before sliding it back as reality begins to turn back into that paper ball and shift back to where you were. And give me one moment.
Yep.
Like, sometimes I forget that this is a game, and I could just sit and listen to T tell a story all day.
Mm-hmm.
Same with you. Like, you guys are both such fucking great storytellers. I could just sit here and listen. Oh, like, what happens to my character next? Tell me.
So reality goes back to that moment. As you see the bullet begin to travel, as 3 steps out from you, what do you think? Should we toy with them? Should we finish this now?
I think we give them one chance to see how minute their actions truly are.
How are your acting skills?
And I would... Well, 3 is separate from me. Am I still able to manipulate the moats around me?
In this moment, no.
Okay. Hit or miss at best.
Willing to take a bullet? Subjectively, obviously.
I mean, I've taken more than my share.
Let's get back into position.
Yeah, Andresj will walk back over to where they were standing before. Actually, do I have any freedom of movement right now?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Then I would like to just like nudge the bullet slightly so that it hits like a shoulder.
Oh no, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like nudge it ever so slightly so that its trajectory is, instead of hitting center of mass, like just off center.
Correct. Exactly. Yep. That was going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you step back into place, 3's laugh begins to continue as time goes back to the way it was, and as the bullet proceeds into your shoulder, you see the motes work almost instantly as they wrap around the bullet and slug you causing you to knock back, but the motes then begin to bleed down your chest. Dell, you are having a conversation with your father, and then a gunshot rings out from behind you. What do?
I turn and see what's going on and see that so when Jeff says Andresj just got shot. What the fuck, Tino? And I pull out I'd previously put the shotgun hammer away, but
does it make the Transformers noise every time that you put it away or take it out?
And a light flare every time all through the shot. And Michael Pay is just
the roof is closed. How do we have a lens
Why
flare
is this
here?
exploding right now?
Sparks flare, not fire explosion. So excited for Beast Wars. The only Transformer toys I had growing up. So
right?
And I just kind of take the hammer quick, and I'd like to try to sweep his leg.
Okay.
I'm not going to pull the trigger. I just want to sweep his leg.
Sure. Go ahead and roll go toe-to-toe.
First roll of the day for me. And I'm going to use the hammer as a +1. And determine for an answer.
Sure.
That's a 9 + 2 is 11.
Cool. On a 10 plus, you choose 2. You manage to achieve your goal. Take something they hold. You get them good, giving your opponent a status with tier equals power. You block, dodge, or counter their best attempts. If you don't choose this, they can impose a status on you.
I'm gonna choose to successfully sweep his leg so that he falls prone onto the ground, and almost like kind of have it ready in the fact that if he tries anything, he's gonna get a hammer straight to the chest.
Absolutely.
What? Why'd you shoot? What's happening?
You don't know what you're messing with. As you see his face begin to flicker between his pale white skin and a deep blue teal. You see a crown begin to form on his head as 2 rods begin to appear on his chest.
What kind of rods?
Egyptian.
But like, what rods?
Like sitting in breast pockets, like type thing. Like sitting on his chest are 2 rods.
Okay. What are
Think
you?
like a pharaoh's crown coming down.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. What are you?
Depends. Who are you asking?
You know who the fuck I'm asking.
Do I? Do you? Who do you think you're asking?
I'm gonna slam the hammer down on his leg and pull the trigger.
All right. So as you do that, the trigger, you pull the trigger, and the explosion as this leg goes shooting off. You think this is nothing I haven't experienced. You know not who I am.
That's why I fucking asked, dumbass.
Cornelius, you did not pass off your intellect to this boy, did you?
Don't talk to him. Talk to me.
I
I'm
am
looking him
death.
in the eye.
There's nothing you can do to me that my own loved ones haven't already.
And I just
Andresj
check in.
is-
I look at Andresj to check in.
Andresj is doing their best to remain still to make it seem like either the bullet killed them or knocked them unconscious. But the flavor text of this, because if I need to roll a whatever it's called for this one, not a deception.
Go
check.
for convince.
Okay.
And I will give you a story tag here of this manipulation, so we'll give you +1.
Do you think it would be sneak around instead, just because the drawbacks of failing to
take
sneak
either.
around? I just
I'll
think
take
that
either.
sneaking around, if I fail, it makes more sense narratively with
Sure.
those failures. I am going to use reckless though, because the way I'm doing this is Andresj is like on the floor trying to maintain stillness, with it literally just a moat manipulation of a blanket, like an invisibility cloak over them to make it look like they're lying on the ground with blood pooling out and everything. I'm leaning more and more into the Looney Tunes and Jim Carrey's mask aspect of 3.
Cartoon powers?
More than anything.
Oh my god.
So, shape augmentation.
Godlike powers.
Hide my true self.
Mm-hmm.
And eye for detail to try and get, like, everything to look perfect.
And you said you were inflicting reckless?
Yes, so a -1 on that.
Yep, okay.
Reckless. That's a new weakness I haven't heard of before.
That is... I rolled an 8 plus the 3 is 11 minus the 1 is 10.
All right, yeah, so it goes exactly how you planned.
No, I think he's dead, basically.
Or at least not moving, like... Andresj is in critical condition as far as you're concerned, at the best.
What's the assistant doing?
She is not there.
And nobody noticed when she disappeared? I look at Dad. What's he doing?
Just kind of staring at you with a confused look on his face.
I didn't realize this, I wasn't paying attention, but that is 3 attention on moat manipulation, so we'll have to upgrade that at the end of this session as well.
You will also need to disregard a logos at the end of the session as well.
Okay.
It's gonna be an avatar in a minute. What are you studying here?
Power, control, everything. And go ahead and roll face danger for me.
Shit. Because I'm standing right in front of him, I'm going to use eye for detail. No?
Not here.
What about we are gods?
I'll give you that one.
Aha! Okay. Cute as fuck. Just kidding. You wouldn't hurt poor Dell. Yeah, that's all I got. Oof. Doesn't help anyway. 5 plus 1 is a 6.
So with a 6, you hear a quick scattering, and then you feel a leg kick into the back of your knee, causing you to buckle. And as you fall to the ground, this leg reattaches to Tino as he begins to stand, completely shedding his physical form, as you are now standing before an Egyptian deity.
Which one? Do I recognize it?
It is Osiris.
Ripped into what was it, 12 different pieces and stitched back together by...
I don't know how many pieces he was. I thought it was thousands, because I thought he was basically minced meat.
Okay, it could be. It absolutely could be. Oh, because it could
pictures.
be... I can't remember my Egyptian
Sorry,
mythology.
14 pieces.
Okay. I cannot remember my Egyptian mythology at this point, because I think that there's something to do with a constellation and the amount of pieces he was torn into. Doesn't matter, though. Not right now, anyway. We can look it up later if we're curious.
This is been very fun. I owe you a thank you for allowing our research to continue. You should say goodbye to your father. As he turns and begins to shoot into the desk.
Shoot guns?
Yep.
No! I'm gonna attack his head. I'm gonna swing for his head.
Sure. All right, go toe to toe.
I'm gonna use the hammer. I'm gonna use... Not an attacky boy. Shit. And I'm trying to remember what kind of rounds I had in it. Because...
It's been a minute, brother. I
know.
No idea.
Could I try something as well?
Yeah. That's how this game works.
Yeah, while I'm hidden. Could I try and access the servers here?
Yeah, give me a sneak around.
And while he's rolling, how long would it take for me to, if I had normal rounds in the hammer, how long would it take for me to switch to gatekeeper rounds?
It would take some time because you would have to completely clear and then reload, and I'm not a big gun nut, but I do know that it's not a fast acting thing.
Especially with one arm.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't practiced that much. Okay, I'm just gonna keep with my normal rounds then. Go ahead, Jeff sits.
A sneak around, you said?
Yes.
Is this to just access it, or to like hide the fact that I'm accessing it from?
Hide the fact you're accessing it.
Well, I already did the sneak around for the thing, and like I know that this may break it, so I'm fine with that if that's the case.
Well, that's fine then. Well then, yeah, if you're just going to break that and then you're going for the actual action of looking around or trying to access, go ahead and give me an investigate.
Okay. Netrunner access. Could I use weaponized info trying to use some of 3's information on the area?
Yeah.
Okay. And then...
This gives me...
Yeah, I think that's going to be all I can use here.
Plans.
Oh, fuck yeah. That is a... I don't know if I need to inflict any weakness on this, but if it's just as is, that is a total of 13.
Nice. Yeah, so what are you looking for?
I'm trying to access the AI that is Del's Cornelius Avrodelius II.
Okay.
Because I want to try and make a backup of him.
Sure. Yeah, with that 13, I don't think that is a problem. So tell me what that looks like.
This is more than I've ever been able to...
But you pulled a 13.
I pulled a 13, but that's just to see... I'm probably going to have to do a different roll to actually make the backup, because this is just accessing the network. So T, I don't mind...
Change the game. Because this is going to be making a story tag.
It's just going to be changing the game. It's not going to be pushing beyond.
That is a valid point.
Because I'm trying to.
I'm going to say this is going to be a
backup of
take the risk because you are attempting to do a lot here. And the risk is obvious.
Yeah. Take the risk. I'm going to use Netrunner access, and I'm just going to burn it.
Okay.
For a 10 plus 3.
Sure.
And that's it. Or not a 10 plus 3, a 7 plus 3.
Choose your friend or choose me. I want him dead.
You want Cornelius Avrodelius II dead?
He is the reason that I've been trapped away for all these years. I either kill the son for the sins of the father, or I have the ability to take my revenge now. I admire you. I am doing more for you than I ever thought I would do for your kind. I'm giving you the opportunity to make a decision.
You can always take your revenge later.
Okay. You will need to mark one fade crack.
Yep. Alright.
And then, yeah, tell me how copying... What are you copying the AI onto?
The networks of servers and essentially like the net that I have across the neon pillars.
Oops.
Because that's if I have to back up an AI itself, like I don't have the ability to just upload an AI to like my wrist computer or whatever. I need to have a full network.
Yeah, you gotta have a server.
Because that's, yeah. So it's just gonna be.
I hate that shit-eating grin that T has right now.
Oh no, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know exactly what I'm setting T up for. Because I'm also trying to set up. T just said that I need to make sure that I have a get rid of a logo, so I'm just setting that up.
Oh.
Del, I need you to roll face danger for me real quick, please.
Well, I was swinging.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is right.
No,
Go ahead and roll that toe-to-toe real quick.
And I changed my mind. I don't want to roll his head. I want to roll it like his gut.
Okay.
Oh, and that was with the hammer. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. 7 + 1 is 8.
So on an 8, you choose one. You manage to achieve your goal. You get them good, giving your opponent a status with tier equals power. You block, dodge, or counter their best attempts.
I'm gonna try to harm them 1.
Okay, absolutely. So as you take, Osiris takes his blow to the gut, you see the hammer go into his body as is ripping through his abdomen. And you see him smirk as he grabs your arm.
Shit, don't take my other arm.
Oh, he's not going to take your arm.
I'm gonna try to pull away.
But you are going to take a tier 4 status.
4?
Correct. He is an avatar. As you feel a pain unlike anything you have ever experienced, as you feel the veins in your arm begin to constrict and then pulse as a poison begins to be pumped throughout your body. I will be seeing you much sooner than you anticipate. As he lets go of your arm and disappears into mist.
So 4 would mean that it's on the tracking cards 1, 2, space next to 2, so I'm at a 3.
So with this is actual tier 4 status that fills all of those you are at tier 4.
Okay. Damn! Oh!
I had to double check how powerful avatars were. That's why I had the book open.
Got it. I just kind of crumbled to the ground, holding my arm as close to my chest with like this wide expression, feeling the poison spread through my arm and through in my body.
Del, as Cornelius's face splinters away from the monitor and begins to be uploaded into Andresj's server.
What a nightmare-fueled image while poison's racking my body. Dad! I don't know. I feel like I would pass out or something.
In the terms of poison, you would be at the point of spasms.
Yeah.
After that is system shock and then death.
Shit systems shock? Is that what
Just
you said?
System shock.
Or
And
just
then
like...
6 is death.
Okay, yeah, so I'm like convulsing on the floor, thinking I'm gonna die here.
Yeah, at this point, Andresj just, because it's just me and Del in the room at this point,
Correct.
Andresj would sit up and like, whoops, gather all the blood that's been spilling onto the floor and just kind of bring it back to their chest. Pull the bullet out, flick it over to the side, just kind of look around and just like crawl on hands and knees over to Del. Hey,
Sins of the Father.
Del? Alright, buddy. We're gonna try some weird shit, and it's probably not gonna feel super good. And I'm going to kind of look Del over.
Okay.
And this is gonna be weird, and so MC, tell me if I can even attempt this, but I want to try and take some of the motes and force and like push them into Del's system.
Okay.
To try and bloodlet him a little bit.
Okay.
Like make an incision at the arm and put the motes in, through his nose and mouth, and try and push them through the system to push some of the toxin out in a bloodletting form. He's going to be weakened either way, but it's hopefully going to do something to mitigate the poison at least.
Okay. You will be making a hard choice here.
Okay.
3 had already given you a decision, and you chose your friend.
I want my cake, and I want to eat it too.
Del's got a good cake.
I will spare him. If I do, I am gone.
You have plenty of other options. This one's mine.
Okay. Paint the scene. How do you use 3 for the final time?
So, looking around, I'll try and find some sort of simple blade. Del's got the little arm blade thingy.
Uh-huh.
So just trying to get the blade enough to like just make a nick on, not really a nick, more of like a decent sized wound that I can get blood to actually push out of first, and then summoning up the motes of sand and dust like I normally do. Going to sit down next to Del and kind of support him, lift him up.
Okay.
So he's upright, and then hold the spinning maelstrom of dust and sand that's in the palm of my hand up to Del's nose and mouth.
Okay.
Have him breathe it in.
Go ahead and
then
roll change the game.
So that's going to be probably sand squall over shape augmentation.
Yeah.
Eye for detail.
Okay.
From my training of the improvised fist to
Sure.
find the weak points in a body, to try and use that knowledge of the body. Eye for detail along with weaponized info of just the same thing of like, I know the weak points of the body, and I'm trying to use that knowledge of anatomy to try and help in this. Do I need... Would a weakness tag be invoked here, or...
I'm going to say no because you made the hard choice.
Cool, then that is a total of 6 plus the 3 power used.
So
for a
9. Okay. So with a 9, we're not going to fully heal Del.
Right. It's with the 9 for change the game, that is reduce a status, 1 tier per point of juice. I get juice equal to power, so I just get to reduce it by 3.
Cool. Yeah. So that'll reduce him down to a rash. So as the most
1, or with the tracking cards, is that 2 spaces next to 3, and then end on 3? I'm just still not clear on how the tracking cards work. Because for the podcasters and those actually watching, they can't see. We have these little tracking cards, and there's a 1 space, there's a 2 space, and then an additional space next to 2, a 3 space, and then 2 additional spaces next to 3.
So it does specifically say status itself, so you would just simply go down to a mild 1 status.
Yeah, I reduced the tier of the status.
Correct.
Not just the...
as the motes begin to work their way through your body, Del, you are simply left with the rash of a hand mark on your bicep. And as you are getting to breathe again, you look over as Andresj, as his body begins to convulse. The mist becomes pouring out of every orifice of him as 3 is now standing over his body.
And I can see 3?
Yes.
You it's one of the few times I've seen 3?
Yes.
What's 3 look like?
3's face is blank. It has a humanoid shape, obviously, but there is no defining details. He is a tall, slender individual with a finely pressed white suit, but with a blood red shirt. And he reaches down and grabs Andresj by the back of the neck and hoists him up. It was fun. But you will now know my wrath. As he throws Andresj back to the ground, stepping over the 2 of you and making his way down the stairs.
And the whole time I was just tracking him with Armageddon. Until he's out of the room. Then I go over to Andresj. And I check in. Andresj, you okay?
All good things gotta come to an end, right?
That's what she said. God.
Andresj will just weakly pat the side of Dell's face.
What hurts? What hurts?
I think my soul. I think it's my soul that hurts.
I don't have anything for that.
No, it's.
Oh. And like Andresj will start trying to stand up on their own.
And I'm helping.
Or like,
I help you as much as I can.
Not just pushing Dell aside, but just like using Dell to try and get back on their own 2 feet.
Dell, your phone begins to ring.
Oh my god, my real phone just began to ring. Wild.
You might want to answer that. It could be Cooper, and I think we could really use him.
I'm kind of like trying to put my shoulder so that you can lean on it while reaching for my phone.
Andresj will try and find like a chair or a desk or something like that to lean on. Like, it's fine, take it. Oh.
Yeah.
Dell, you know we can track you, right?
Who's this?
It's Harry.
I do now. What?
So a few questions here. You went outside of the dome.
Yes. Next question.
Follow-up question, how'd you do that?
I don't have time for this right now. We got some bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, I know. That's the point of this conversation. How'd you get
wait.
out of the dome, Dell?
I'm not doing this over the phone.
How'd you get out of the dome, Dell?
I'll fill you in later. I'm going through a tunnel. Hang on.
Portal opens on the other side of the room.
Thank you.
As Harry walks out with Sir Burr and Russ, and they're not happy.
When are they ever happy?
No, they are in full demon form.
Russ is sometimes content.
Dell, how did you get out?
Thank you. This is a much better circumstance to have this kind of conversation, not over the goddamn phone.
You see his hair erupt into blue flame.
Yeah, we're all fucking pissed. Great.
Hello.
Dell,
That was me.
how did you get out?
I might need a little help with this one.
That was me.
Who let you out?
3 or
Yeah.
something. Whatever his name is.
And where is he?
Kinda
He's
kicked my shit and left.
So he's free.
Andresj
In a
just
word.
like leaning against the desk, but like sliding down so that their elbows are, their body is at like a 45-degree angle, feet just out, propping themselves up with their elbows on the desk itself, just doing their best to stay upright.
And I rushed over and I kind of help try to hoist you back up. That would be one word for it, yes.
You don't know what you just did.
I didn't do shit.
again, that was mainly me. Dell's kind of a bystander in this one.
The apocalypse has begun.
That sounds awful dramatic.
No, it's not. It's reality.
I mean, we had one already.
Look outside, Dell.
I look outside.
And as the two of you look, you see Pandora is on fire.
Like the entire city?
The city is on fire.
Huh. Neat.
You don't know what you just unleashed.
I'm feeling better about it not being in my body now.
No, Papa Bo. Here, Henry, No!
We'll be in touch. As the four of them exit through the portal and it closes.
Andresj, we gotta go!
Yep.
I pull up my pocket watch, and is this still, like, limited?
As you look at the pocket watch, it seems different.
Shit! Not now! God. What the fuck just happened, Andresj?
Well, they were trying to kill your dad, so I think I saved your dad. And then they were trying to kill you, so I think I saved you. But with that, 3 is now gone?
God damn it! Okay, I'm gonna look around, and I see there's computers, there's plants, there's a railing all around.
Mm-hmm.
Heifer, we gotta go. And I'm going to attempt to build a motorcycle
Okay.
with everything in
Yeah.
this room.
Go
Everything
ahead and
that I
roll
can.
change the game.
Come on.
What power tags are you using?
Everything! Scrap for parts, mother of invention. Can I use breath of life?
No.
No. Ingenuity.
Sure.
And then I have, so that's +3 but -1 because of my...
Correct. So
Mark.
+2 net.
Come on, please! Fuck! Damn it! Ugh.
As you're throwing all of these pieces together, you're like, it's finished. It's finished. As you feel Hephaestus come towards the front. What the fuck is this?
It's a motorcycle! Come on!
As
gotta make
you
this
feel
work.
your foot lean forward and tap it, and it just falls to pieces.
No!
Is your little portal thing not working?
I pull it out and I click.
Nothing happens.
No!
I mean,
How do we get to? We walked to the farm.
You walked.
Damn it! But wait, we took something. To
Your
get
feet?
To, like, no, we took something.
We took the train to get to the north side of town.
Sheila, why didn't I build another motorcycle first?
It's a good question.
You only have so much you can do in a montage.
Yeah,
here we do.
this didn't work, clearly, looking at the pile of rubble now on the floor. But maybe there's something outside, alright?
Yeah, right. They had to get here somehow, right?
So, yeah, Andresj will lead the charge outside to try and find, like, some sort of vehicle.
As you step outside and you look around, this observatory is more or less in the middle of nowhere.
There's no parking garage.
Yeah, is there any kind of garage or anything? There's no, like, rusty old bike chained up to a tree for 20 years, and the tree
You're
grew around
confused
it.
on how these two got here, because there's no roads, there's no paths. It is an observatory in just the middle of nowhere.
I pull out my PlayStation 2 controller and left, right, down, up, square, X, circle, square, left
A
to
car
summon a
falls from the
helicopter.
Yay!
I mean, I guess we gotta start walking.
That would be a great mythos, actually. A game hacker.
Boots were made for walking, and that's just what I'll do.
Yeah,
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
we just gotta start walking, I guess.
So we start walking.
Yeah.
Fast.
Okay.
Power walking. Hips
Yep.
swaying. One arm. I impressed my wife last night with how fast I can power walk. I should go into the Olympics, so that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Reminder, you guys have bank accounts, you guys have phones, and it's almost like this reality is based on our own with some cooler shit added. If only there were like services that like
That's fair and all, but we don't know what the address is where we're at.
And I'm gonna call an Uber to leave the city, though they've never left the city in their entire. As if the GPS will
just drop a pin.
right.
So as you guys are you guys having a conversation on your way back at all?
Hell yeah. What do you mean you saved my dad?
Well, I would say it was simple, but that seems a little diminutive of the situation. I uploaded him to the network within the Neon Pillars district.
But like his brain?
Yeah, he's an AI construct, so it's just using the different servers as, like, the nervous system and nodes.
Cool. Thank you.
I mean, they were going to try and shoot him, so... But 3 didn't like that. He wanted to take revenge on him, and then kept saying something about the sins of the father.
Oh, cool. So he's
Yeah.
gonna kill me next.
So he wanted to kill you, and I was like, no, that neither one of those really works. You can always take revenge on the dad later. But he wasn't buying it.
So can't you just like spin us a dust storm and get us there faster?
Oh, no, 3's gone. I don't even think I know that the mist exists anymore.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that aspect of going from a rift to sleeper and not holding any knowledge. I'll do further research on technically the mechanics behind it. We'll figure that out later.
It's all getting fuzzy already, and
There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm starting to think that 3 might have just been like a really powerful AI as well.
No. I grab his wrist. Call us a big old drone. You can do that, right? You can call us a big drone.
I don't think I've got anything big enough for us to get back.
Call all of them.
Fuck it. And Andresj will call all of the drones from the city. Or as like
And
we'll
as
call,
you
like, a
begin to
good
start
handful.
tapping on your wrist bracelet, a head pops up. How can I be of assistance?
We need a ride.
Do I recognize the head?
You sure do.
Ah!
Yeah.
Hi, Del Senior. Or Junior? Because you're the 3rd. Anyway, not important now. We need a ride back to the city.
How would you like to get here?
Fast.
Okay, coming right to you. As the head blips away.
Was that my dad?
I think so.
Did you expect to see my dad?
No.
And as you guys look up, you see a dust storm barreling towards you.
Oh, shit,
kinda
three's coming.
I was kind of hoping that it would be like the Alfred thing, where just like a fucking missile,
Shuttle.
like a missile with a non-explosive head just slams into the ground and opens
Halo
up.
ODS.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
and just like this unfolding motorcycle or car just comes out of it or whatever. But so dust storm starts approaching.
But you don't see anything.
Except the dust storm?
Yes.
Is there any sort of rock or any natural... It's just a flat plain from here to the city?
Like an empty,
Shit.
farm field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just get down. Get down, get down, get down!
Press
And
into
as
one
you
of them.
guys drop to the ground, you hear brakes engage and tires squeal as a red and black bike slides up in front of
How big a bike? Like a
you. Enough for 2 people.
like a motorcycle?
Like
or
an
like-
Akira motorcycle.
An
Dibs on
Akira
shotgun.
motorcycle.
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta Google that. What's an Akira motorcycle look like?
And
Everyone at home, Google.
yeah, Andresj, recognizing the motorcycle immediately, like runs forward and hops into the driver's seat. Looks
fuck
around
yeah.
for a couple of helmets.
How fast do they go?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes!
very.
Yes! What the fuck, Andresj? You had this the whole time?
No, I don't know whose it is, but we're driving it.
You're driving it. Let's go.
Yeah, looking around for helmets real quick, cause we're gonna want those.
From the side of the bike, 2 helmets pop out.
Perfect.
Fuck, this thing is cool. Not the time.
And where are you guys going?
Foundry.
You got it. Kicks the motorcycle into gear and starts racing across the field.
I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll a face danger there.
Yeah, like as we're speeding up, the bike starts to like expand as we sink lower into it and everything. No, that's why you got the helmet on, Del. Oh.
My heart just drops to my stomach. And that weird tinkly feeling in your asshole. You know.
Well, I can't use looking over my shoulder because I'm only looking forward. I guess just eye for detail to try and keep an eye out for anything that's dangerous in front of us. Yeah, that's about it. That's still a total of 8.
So with the 8, as you are driving, you see the clouds above you begin to darken.
Nice.
You hear thunder begin to bellow as lightning cracks and hits just outside of the motorcycle.
Bob and weave! Bob and weave!
Yep, and it's the full
Lightning
like
begins to pelt the ground around you as you are dodging and weaving in between this, making your way back to Pandora. Where
whipping this thing back and forth. So like at times, Andresj or Del's knees are like almost scraping the ground.
And it doesn't take long to make it back to the foundry, where a lot is happening. You see some brightly colored individuals on skateboards and inline skates and bikes making their way through, fighting creatures of all kinds. You are seeing a full-on riot take place between the voice and riffs as they overcome everything. Andresj, you have a fucking migraine trying to decipher what is happening here. For a moment, you think you see
Really big
gorilla?
raccoons.
Why is that? Does that gorilla have a metal arm? No, that doesn't make any fucking sense. What is happening right now? As then you focus your eyes a little bit as, man, when did it get so fucking foggy?
All right, Del.
Go ahead.
All right, Del. It looks like a rabies outbreak at the zoo, and the zoo broke loose.
Hang a left!
Squeal on the brakes. The bike goes up on its front wheel, spins around one time full, lands facing left, and then takes off.
And as you are making your way towards the foundry, Del, you see a young sprited individual bouncing from individual to individual, trails of blood following them as they are jumping from body to body.
Stop, 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 stop.
Yeah, immediately slams on the brakes, almost flipping the bike forward.
Henry! Henry!
What?
What the fuck's going on?
It's a good fucking question, Del.
Who are you? Why are you fighting?
Because they're gonna kill us all.
Who?
Everything. And as you say that, I need you to roll face danger.
Shit. I realized that I had eye for detail burnt.
Oof. Rip.
And I never got that back during that last montage, I remember. I have nothing. Wow, I'm good at one thing and one thing only. Somebody built this wrong. That's 7.
So with a 7, you... Danger. You feel a piercing feeling across your bicep, about where your new formed scar is, as a spear goes wincing by you as you take a tier 1 ouch.
God, I just...
As you see Harry barreling over you, grabbing you by the shoulders and hoisting himself over as he drives his fist into a Valkyrie.
Nice. Henry or Harry?
Harry, sorry.
Okay.
Henry, sorry.
Okay.
Henry.
Like, wait, you sure? Henry, a Valkyrie. Thanks for the assist, bud. Is everybody safe at the foundry?
No, you should go there now.
You okay here?
No, go.
God. Go.
And it takes just a few minutes to get there as you see another aspect of a riot taking out. You see an individual slumped into the corner with a individual standing before them fighting off waves of imps. You see
that person that's
a
fighting
dark-skinned individual that immediately catches your eye. And then you feel another part of you feel some things as a beautiful woman emanates off of them as you feel Hephaestus is like, give me control, give me control, give me control.
We're in this together. Stop. I'm gonna grab the hammer. I'm gonna put it in Andresj's hands. Hit anybody that tries to come near you.
Okay.
And to you, it just kind of looks like a big sledgehammer, kind of.
Yeah.
Stay close. Come on. And we're gonna make our way towards Darius.
All right, go ahead and roll toe to toe.
Because I gotta fight through imps to get to him. I'm
Am
gonna
I
use.
also rolling toe to toe?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Armageddon. Because now I've just got the blade out and I'm just slashing through anything I can. Can I use any of my charming as fuck, we are gods, or breakdown defense?
We are
card?
gods.
We are gods. And fix what is broken in a metaphorical sense.
No.
Because it's cute. Okay. So that's an 11 minus 2.
So 9.
9.
Alrighty. On a 9, you take a status, but with -1 tier. So you are gonna feel the little imp tail stabbing into your legs, as you are going to now be in the injury category of stinging pain.
And is that the space next to 2 or a 3?
Space next to 2.
Okay.
Andresj will use looking over my shoulder since Dell is leading the charge.
Okay.
I'll be watching our backs and then improvised weapons, spinning this
Yeah.
hammer around instead of like a hammer and just sledgehammering people, trying to use it as like a bow staff.
God, I love that Andresj still can fight.
That's a 14. So like whipping this thing around and accidentally gets it to like go off once or twice to like, oh.
The momentum as you swing this and just like balance on the back of your heels as you just plie throughout this horde of imps, letting off the occasional shotgun blast.
Have the two of you watched Ruby at all? RWBY?
I have
I
not,
haven't.
regardless of the fact that Alec is trying to force it
know.
down our
So
throats.
it is
That is Kobyoko.
so
Kobyoko.
Red or Ruby, her name in the show is like based off of Little Red Riding Hood, kind of, because they're all kind of loosely based off of fantasy characters.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Substantially
and so-
more interested in now.
Yeah.
And so she's got
Alex,
this
you should have
giant.
opened with that.
Right.
So her character is loosely based off of Little Red Riding Hood. She hunts down monsters and everything. One of the initial advertisements or whatever had her fighting a bunch of werewolves, I think. And her weapon of choice is a massive gun scythe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen so many cosplayers make that. I
And
just
so
didn't know
like
the concept.
she's swinging this thing around like a scythe, and then every once in a while will reverse direction by firing into something. So like,
That's
and
dope.
so fucking cool. I love
think
it.
that, like swinging this thing around like a bow staff, keeping the head of the hammer closer to me so that I've got better like maneuverability and control of it. And then every once in a while, like I'll swing it into someone, hit, and then an imp will be coming close to me and accidentally fire off the shotgun to reverse direction more than actually using the shotgun to damage anything.
So cool.
So yeah, you guys make your way to Papa Bo and
Darius.
Darius. Thank you.
And so we just kind of run up next to. I kind of imagine they're up against like a wall-ish, like fighting off, and so we kind of make our way through and pin ourselves against the same wall. Fancy meeting you here.
About time you got here. We have to get him out of here.
Who's him?
And as you look back, Papa Bo's got a massive blood stain in his abdomen, is bleeding profusely.
Well, apparently that guy's better. My friend Andresj is better with that hammer than I am. So
I turn around and like, well, the three of you have had a moment to have this conversation. There's just a pile of bodies forming around Andresj.
where's a safe space?
Just get out of here.
Fuck you and fuck no.
Dells. Coming up in the brief moment of respite. Dells is a safe space. We've made it one.
Blood begins pouring out of his mouth. There's...
Either that or where's the
Get the kids.
Nope. I'm gonna pull out the whatever we use for the healing spray that we use in the inn.
Do you have that?
Yeah, I'm equipped with it. I was certified on it. Why wouldn't I have it?
I don't recall you picking any up.
When I left the inn after my training, I got some,
Okay.
right? I figured
don't-
that if I got missed rounds with me because I was certified, I got the portal pocket watch. It would have
Mhm.
given me the healing spray.
Sure. Roll change the game, because I don't recall that happening.
Like I was certified for a reason, to get everything, to get the entire gate. I have the gatekeeper arsenal as a story tag.
I'm not
Because I have it.
disagreeing with you. I just
Well-
don't recall it.
But
I
I don't
wasn't-
want to.
I wasn't here
That's
for
just
that.
having the same moment you had fighting the GM, or the MC. But it's there. It's gatekeeper arsenal. I see it because I
Well,
have
so
it.
then he can still roll a change the game and just use the Gatekeeper Arsenal story tag as
Yeah.
a +1 on it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
Good compromise.
Because
like, I don't
basically,
wanna
because I
look
can't remember,
at
we're
it.
just going to be making a retcon scene where, like, yeah, let me grab some of that.
Or or a flashback, which is
That too.
part of the game.
There you go.
Okay, but I can use Gatekeeper Arsenal as a tag? Yeah. Okay, and...
Well, so is Gatekeeper Arsenal a story tag, or is it a juice that you have?
It's...
I think it's a juice.
Well, no, it's the same way that, like, Lucas would use it.
Right, but he actually has that as a card tag.
It's a power tag for him, so as for you, is it a story tag that you have, or is it a juice that you created that still has to be turned into a tag?
I have it as a whole tracking card.
Oh,
Yeah,
you do have it as a whole card.
Yeah.
Or a tracking card, not a theme card, a tracking card.
Yeah, and so is it a story tag? Like, did you label it as a story tag or as a juice?
Because I believe that's where you're getting
Oh.
confused, because that was something...
Story
yeah,
tag?
so that's...
So he
that's
can
just
make a
been
change.
waiting to be pulled from to
Yeah,
be
so he
used
can
here
just-
as juice.
You can just make a, what would it be, a change the game to try and heal Papa Bo, and then one of the tags you can use is that. You get a +1 story tag from that as the roll, just saying like, oh yeah, I've got my arsenal, and if you succeed, it means that you pull out the healing
Yeah,
spray. If you fail, then it means you don't have it on you at this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that
So-
make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So if you got any other power tags that you could use, potentially...
Breath of Life? That's not used. It's more like imbuing life into my creations.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's pushing it a little bit
Yeah,
too
it
much.
is. I know. That's what this game's all about, is pushing it. My dad can beat up your dad because he has Super Saiyan powers. Okay, +1. Fuck. That's a 5 +1.
So with this, as you go into like padding your pockets, you realize
It's
you didn't have it on you.
it's sitting back at Dell's or something
It's
like
at
that.
Dell's. You didn't think you were gonna need it.
Swipe screen. It's like I picture it right on the table next.
No, sorry, I got this. I've got this.
Go ahead.
You pull out a gin, just oh no, and it's on the little drink cart.
And there's like a dotted line outline where the gin was.
And like right next to the gin, where the gin was, that's where the healing spray is on the bar cart.
Close enough. I'm gonna try to like cleanse.
Now we're gonna change this happy moment to Dell hating me. Papa Bo grabs up and grabs you by the coat collar and pulls you forward. I need you to listen to me.
That's not what this is. We're not doing this.
It's time for you to take care of the boys.
Nope.
Between you and Darius, I know you can make them out to be better than we ever were.
Oh, stick with me. Stick with me. Stick with Darius.
I am so proud of you two. I love you both.
No.
As you see the light in his eyes fade, and his arms fall to the ground.
And I just like scream into his chest. And I pound on it, pound on it, pound on it.
Darius falls to his knees next to you, tears pouring out of his eyes.
I can't lose one fucking person more today.
I'm sorry. I didn't get here fast enough. I don't know. As you see Darius begin to glow with a pink light as Aphrodite reveals herself. Andresj, you aren't sure what you're looking at right now because you're seeing two people kneeling over a body. But the fog begins to fade and you are now catching the glimpse of a very tall woman. But then it dissipates. As Dell, you and Darius look at Papa Bo's spirit standing from his body next to Aphrodite. I unfortunately don't have healing capabilities. I can escort him to a paradise. I am sorry. As Aphrodite cups your cheek, and for a moment you feel that she is speaking to Hephaestus, but you feel Hephaestus take a back seat. There's more for you yet. I know it doesn't feel like it, and I know this hurts. But he'll be waiting for you, both. As you see the two of them step off and fade into sparkle as it is carried away by the wind.
And I just kind of fall into Darius's, like, nook of his neck.
As he wraps his arms around you and begins to cry.
Ramus is dying.
Fucking asshole. Don't fucking...
Where's my cat? Oh, he's... Oh.
What's he doing?
Let's see if I can get a good angle on him.
Don't look at me like that. You're the asshole, not me.
You can barely see him, but he's like right here on the couch in the sunlight.
Or just catching that sun.
Yep, that's it. He's being a very good boy.
Can't just leave him here.
We'll take him to the shop, and then we can give him a proper burial when we figure this out.
What the fuck is happening?
Has Andresj just been like warding off the crowd of creatures?
I think so.
Time?
Yeah. I think it's definitely beginning to like fade. But yeah, there's still like scragglers like as they try to like jump at them and you just bring up the sledge and just smack them in the face.
But what does he see if not imps? Are these just like civilians running at them?
I think he sees just like small ravenous creatures, just like
Raccoons.
woodland and raccoons, badgers,
Squirrels, rodents, a nutrient.
Dell, your phone begins to ring.
I fucking ignore it.
I need you to look at your phone.
What?
Look, I know I'm not one to really phone in favors, but there is some shit happening down at the penitentiary, and I can't handle it alone. I know we didn't part on the best of terms, but I'm hoping I could ring one in at this point soon. Please, hurry. Things are getting a little out of hand.
Who is this?
Fucking asshole.
And I think that's where we'll leave off on this week's episode.
Alex!
Fuck
oh
yes,
my
that's
God,
awesome.
Alex! T, like, I can only handle so much. I'm a human being.
Time to geek out during the credits.
No, I can't. There's no geek out.
There's no geek in me. That's a lie.
I can't cry anymore. Just two dads in one day.
No, I let you keep your father.
Yeah. Ish. Well, one day for him. He relived the death of his father.
Yeah.
And saw his AI version, and then saw that wither away, and then saw it pop up on Andresj's fucking watch, and then watched the only father he remembered over the last 8 years die in his arms. Cool. Thanks, man. Love this game. Having a great time. You son of a bitch.
I was gonna let him live.
If I had
The
fucking
miss.
rolled better.
But then you didn't roll well.
Why? In the dice! This is
Oh,
not
they
a
hated
no.
you today.
They hate. It's my fucking birthday, by the way. We're recording on my birthday, and this is how you treat me. All the good times we've had together. This is how you treat it.
I don't think he's talking to the dice at this point. I think he's talking to me now.
No, you're not responsible. It's the dice gods. I've wronged them. I need to sacrifice a virgin.
I rolled really well today
Yeah,
overall.
you did.
Because you also
But-
had a birthday last week.
But I rolled well, but the story, like narratively, just there were too many things set up, and I made too many decisions that really just. I don't know if I would say screwed me over, but I just made I made several very strong decisions and stood by them. And now I'm dealing with the consequences of those actions.
What are these? The consequences of my actions?
Who invited you? So what's going to happen? You're just a sleeper.
I didn't order this shit. As I said, I want my cake and I want to eat it too. I want to eat it and then have it there in front of me so that I can have it still. This is not how this works, T. I get everything.
So now you just get Odin back. You guys are cool.
I considered Odin showing his face now.
Oh man. Yeah, as an
That would
enemy,
be-
you mean? Like someone else's mythos that just comes to shit kick me?
I considered that. I was like, no, that's just me being rude at this point.
No, that'd be really fucking cool if Odin is, you know, the mythos of someone at the prison now that we go and help that shit out.
And
I would
what-
not be opposed to that.
And the trauma through which you've put me would be
For my own pleasure. I said this at the very beginning of the episode.
I knew it was at me. Just
Um,
at me next time, okay?
I did.
Well,
Yeah.
I was listening.
I've got to read an entire section of the player's handbook that I didn't
I
really
also need to
ignore.
read, so you
but
let me
just
know what
skimmed
section I
over.
need to read, please.
And now I also need to figure out a logos card for my 4th logos because I'm fully a sleeper now.
And I there was a point that I'm like, oh, so Andresj is useless. He's just like a dumbass now for a moment because like you were forgetting a lot. But then I'm like, no, Andresj is fully capable, and you showed it with a fucking 14 with that
Again, a
hammer.
really lucky roll, but it helps the narrative at least.
And so now Jeff gets to decide: does he continue to run Andresj, or does he make a new character? He's got options.
Find out next week on
Yeah.
The Misfits.
Because I'll even leave this as a little bit of a cliffhanger for the viewers and listeners. The two options that I'm juggling in my head right now is continuing to play Andresj as a sleeper because there are rules for it, and T and I will just have to look through the rules and see if it works with the narrative that we are trying to create here. And if it does, then I'll go ahead and do that. However, the other option is letting Andresj become an NPC, probably leading into the fact that there is now an AI helping them run the neon pillars, and letting them become a strong NPC player within the city, and bringing in, honestly, a character that I have a backup character, and I'm kind of excited about them.
I hate T's grin right now.
Well, T knows exactly who this backup character is.
I'm grinning at the fact that Lucas and Alex are going to be here next week.
We got to hear Alex. I was not ready.
Oh yeah.
That's so cool.
That was my surprise, by the way, if they didn't put that
Oh, yeah.
together.
Yeah, thank
No,
you,
that's
Alex.
awesome.
God, I miss that guy.
Ooh,
And
but yeah,
Luke.
if I play a new
Miss you all.
character-
You're here with me.
If I play a new character, y'all will get to see me play a tank. That's gonna be fun.
Which this group desperately needs.
Yes, we do.
Yes. No, and I've
But-
got some ideas to make Dell more tanky. I just have to have the right circumstance.
Dell's utility is too good. Like, you could make some stuff to make Dell a bit tanky,
That's what
like
I mean.
in montage or something.
Yeah.
But like, Dell's utility is so good that I don't want to see Dell sacrifice any of his current abilities to become more tanky permanently.
No, it would be that kind of story-wise.
But you just need to plan for it, which is the hard part.
No, I'm not gonna plan. I'm like waiting for the instance to occur.
Also, how do you plan for this?
Exactly.
You think I plan? No.
Every time we make a plan, he has an entire war breakout.
I'm so off the cuff, I don't got cuffs.
Wow.
But Boser and I will be back on Monday with another Geek Out session.
Hell yeah. What it will be? Find out. Tune
I'll
in
be
to
back on-
Instagram.
I'll be here on Wednesday doing what? I don't know. Tune in to find out. And we'll be back next Thursday with another episode of City of Mist with a reoccurring guest star that we love greatly, and we know you all do too. And probably some more emotional trauma because fuck it.
Can it be somebody,
Why not?
not me, this time? Next time?
So you want the Dell arc to finish?
No, never.
Never.
I say that, but what I mean is, don't stop.
All right.
Oh, cool shirt.
Thanks. Shout out Decent Studios.
Good takes,
Nice.
bad takes, decent takes, decent studios.
But until next time, I'm T.
I'm wrecked, emotionally, physically, and erotically.
And I'm Jeff Sitz.
And until next time, you guys just keep
Geeking out.
Geeking
out.
out, please.
bye.
Take care, y'all.
Mwah. Love you.